that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the plot was pretty good.
Yeah, overall.
Hello, human? Yes, human. Yes. Yes. Human, come here. Yes. Hello, human. Yes.
Oh crap!
That's an alien.
That is an alien.
I'm here to invade your planet. Yes. Here. Yes.
You're gonna destroy the whole human race. What are we gonna do? Oh. Well, I guess that's not an issue anymore. Oh, we got a whole day. I think I'm going to jail.
I think you're going to jail too.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Boys FX Reviews. And today we watched a movie that I think we can only really watch on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's a Bruce Campbell movie starring Bruce Campbell.
Starring Bruce Campbell.
And it's called Alien Apocalypse, pretty generic name. If you look it up, you'll find thousands of other movies.
Yeah.
And but not honestly. I mean, I thought it was a pretty entertaining movie for what it was. I mean, Bruce Campbell basically carried it.
Yeah.
I mean, like he normally fucking does.
The acting in
carries
this
every
movie is not good.
Yeah, like just really weird acting,
But Bruce Campbell pulls his stuff off.
yeah, very much. Like every line, like even to the beginning, is just like, what if I become the great healer? You know, there's going to be there's going to be cost and demand.
He could do like crappy lines like this, and somehow they turn out like really good.
Yeah, it is
For
really
him.
weird. But anyway, the whole story is that basically Bruce Campbell and some other people were astronauts, and
They crash land.
40 years ago they were in space, and then like 20 years
They've been in
before they came
I
back,
think.
aliens showed up, like basically kind of right after they left,
Yeah.
and invaded the Earth, but apparently the aliens just ignored them, just ignored the probe, like the space station, and they're like, nah, that's fine.
But the probe actually like gave them a heads up, Earth a heads up that aliens were coming.
Yeah, but all that did was like basically give all the higher up people like a chance to leave, and they didn't tell anybody else. But anyway, that's later. But for now, basically Bruce Campbell and them, they crash land. They're like, man, what the fuck? Shit's fucked up. There's an apocalypse. I don't know how they knew that immediately. They're like, just shit's
They just crash landed in the desert.
like literally in like a rock quarry somewhere, and they're just like, the world's fucked. It's done. And then, you know, they run into a bunch of people. They get fucking captured. One of them gets killed. Well, actually, there's like 4 of them altogether. One of them gets killed, now there's 3, and then they get put to this camp in the middle of the woods where they got a bunch of other people basically like gathering wood, because it turns out the wood is actually food and resource for the aliens that invaded Earth, which is weird because it's like, how are you research? That's like if we ate oil, if you drank oil.
But they also eat human heads and fingers, so their diet is just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, their diet's like what they feel like, I guess. So basically, they're kind of like termites.
Yeah,
that's why they're like the termites of the fucking space world, except they're smarter.
Yeah.
And they got like weapons and shit. And yeah, basically they just go in and then they're working. You know, they're lifting up fucking wood and everything. And then the aliens are like, we need to see these new people. And then they go see the aliens, and like, I guess their leader guy, who isn't Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's the doctor, by the way. He's not the leader of the astronauts.
He's the great healer.
Yeah, and then basically the guy who's the sergeant or whatever the fuck is basically like, fuck you aliens, this is Earth! This is Earth, motherfucker!
And they're like, that was a sign of aggression.
We can't have that.
And they just walk up to him and like gut punch him and like eat his head off.
They're just like,
But this is a really old movie, so the deaths are kind of...
Yeah, I mean, because it's... The weird thing is that the aliens are, like, half practical and half CGI. Like, they're like
And the CGI
puppets.
looks fucking terrible.
Like, through the back, they use the puppets, and when they stab one of them, they use the puppets. But when it's an up-close thing where they're walking or talking...
They use CGI.
They use CGI for some weird fucking reason, which I guess they can't make it look good enough.
Well, it still looks bad.
Yeah, but the CGI does look pretty bad. And then, basically, after, the Bruce Campbell and his friend dies, the sergeant dies.
They're just like, okay.
Alright, we'll work.
Yeah.
And then they work, and then they're also digging a hole underneath, like, this fucking... Because they got all the people that they're working with in a hole, and they throw them, Bruce Campbell and this other chick, in the hole, and then they're like, we need to get out of here, we need to dig a hole.
Yeah.
And they just keep digging holes with spoons, and, like, they get pretty far in, like, one night. But it's like, that would not be realistic.
But at that place, every attempt of escape, if they catch you, they cut your fingers off.
Yeah, and then
finger off.
And then they eat them, which is, like, I get... And if you lose all 5 fingers
You're
and
fucked.
any hand, you're fucked, because you can't work. And if you can't work, you die. So, basically, it's just a montage of them working back and forth each day, and then eventually... Bruce Campbell and that one girl fall in love, and then there's like a weird scene after that where they're like playing around while they're working. They're like, fucking, being like all giddy and shit.
Yeah.
And like well,
and someone sees them.
We're in love, and there's a guy behind him smoking a pipe, and he's just like, hey, knock it off, get out of here, and then Bruce Campbell like punches the guy because he's trying to like hurt the girl, and then like all of a sudden like they just beat the guy up, they take his shit, and they're like, and he's like, revolution,
and then
he's like, freedom,
and nobody is
nobody's doing anything, only a couple people are following him.
Yeah.
And then they go, and they're like, fuck this, and then they go hide behind some wood, and they're like, alright guys, Bruce Campbell's just like, alright guys, we need to fucking get out of here. And then they sneak off, and then they run right into a fucking alien. And Bruce Campbell just stabs the alien with a fucking drill bit, and the guy's like, ah! And I was like, fuck! And then they're like, and everybody's like, oh shit, they can die? And it's like, by the way, they never tried killing any of the aliens. They literally saw them. It was literally a situation.
They just bowed down.
There was a situation where the aliens just showed up. They saw what the humans saw what they looked like, and they're like, oh, fuck this. Fuck no. We're not fighting these fucking things. We're just gonna we're just doing what we're gonna do. We're just gonna fucking hide. We're gonna fucking work.
So Bruce Campbell starts forming his group.
After a chase scene where the woman and him get separated, and he finds like another group of survivors who are like not even that far away. They're like a few miles away from the actual camp, so I don't know how the fuck they haven't been found.
This is a weird like band of survivors. Definitely
like half
different
of them,
personalities.
Like half of them like lived before the aliens came, and others they got born right after the fucking aliens showed up. So some of them are like, what is this? What is a doctor? And then other people are like, doctor.
Well, also, like, at one point, Bruce Campbell just starts, like, helping people that are from gunshots and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty fucking positive they were using live rounds.
Yeah, because a couple fucking times when they're dodging, like, bullets, they literally, like... Yeah, because they're, like, going... Because, by the way, we forgot to tell you this. There's a rumor going around that the president has, like, a whole army ready, set up to fight
For the
aliens.
revolution.
For the revolution! And then, Bruce Campbell's like, alright, well, we gotta go get the guy. And then he gets a band of people. So they're going through the woods, and then they see a bunch of other people getting, like, a bunch of slaves getting, taken back to the wooden area,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them escapes, and then while he's escaping, he gets shot in the back, and then the guy falls, the slave.
And then they use another round.
Yeah, and then there's a bullet that lands right next to the guy's head.
And you see the environment react to the bullet or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't know if they use like little mini explosives or that.
I'm pretty sure they use. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, they go around to different areas and they're like gathering people, and then until finally they find the bunker, which is just out in the open with the president, and it turns out the president and a bunch of other high officials were just hiding in this not even a bunker, just a cabin in the woods.
And they're still all dressed up.
For 20 years they were doing this, by the way.
And they're still all dressed up in like dirty suits and stuff.
Yeah, like none of them decided
like it just happened yesterday or something.
Yeah, like it happened like a week ago, and the president's painting and shit. Like, where the fuck? So you guys got the bill. So you guys were out there getting paint, but you guys aren't out there making clothes, getting new clothes, food. Where are you guys getting your food from? Is there like what? Are you just because there's also like a guy that showed up before they went to the cabin.
He was like a hunchback.
He was a hunchback guy. He's like, "You a healer? Alright, come on, follow me." And then fucking, yeah, like, that guy, maybe they just get that guy to do the fucking hunting.
Well,
they say that he saved them, apparently.
Bruce Campbell just be like, the president was like, yeah, we don't have a plan. We're just gonna sit here and paint.
Bruce Campbell's like,
all right, fuck it.
Bruce Campbell's like, all right, come on, get the army. We're here for the army. Let's go. And he's like, and the president's like, what army? What
are you talking about?
We're chilling. And he's like, bro, people have been saying that you've been making an army out there. And he's like,
yeah, they've been
shit.
saying
I've been painting.
And then Bruce Campbell's like, I'm gonna start the revolution.
He's like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And then he gets like a band of like small people to like basically go attack
the aliens.
The aliens, and I'm just gonna skip through or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically they're now at the camp where all the slaves and the wood farm is, and basically they're just out there, and then they just like snipe like people who are like watching, like outside the wall with like crossbows, like perfect shots, just like, phoom, phoom. And then Bruce Campbell, I don't know where the fuck he got this sword. I think it was at the cabin or something.
Yeah, he just appeared with a sword.
He has like a fucking one of those
revolutionary,
like, those revolutionary swords with like the Civil War type swords. He's just like, charge! And then they fucking charge, and they start killing all the aliens. They like basically get all of the because the aliens also got normal people to be, you know, like herders for like the slaves and whatever, and they basically Bruce Campbell and his crew scare the
slavers,
the guys, you know, the bad guys, into a cabin, and then they're just like, we did it! And then the aliens come out and they start shooting, and then they throw fucking fire on their base because for some odd reason the aliens were like, let's make all of our shit out of wood.
And they arrive in a tank.
Yeah, and then like after that, like after they killed those 5 aliens that are in that their base in the fucking wood mill, they fucking a tank shows up with a bunch more aliens, and then Bruce Campbell's like, retreat! Retreat!
And then the president.
Oh no, not before that.
Oh.
Fucking Bruce Campbell, basically. Oh no, wait, that's not. Shit,
we jumped ahead. All right, we're gonna do some editing here.
Okay, either way, Bruce Campbell and them retreat, and then they go back into the bushes, and then it turns out they made a fucking ballista, a fucking, you know, those things with a bunch of arrows that shoot arrows at multiple times, They made one of those. They're just hiding it, and he's like, fire, and it kills all the other aliens.
I don't know where they had the time to make that, but all right.
He kills like the first wave of aliens, like I think the second wave. I don't know, either way. And then after he does that, he's just like, charge! They go back. They literally do like a fucking thing 3 times. It's like, charge, retreat, charge. Dude, just, I don't know what the fuck. They're like, fuck it, you know. We have so much time in these woods. Let's just go.
So the aliens, like, I guess.
Yeah, and then the aliens
kind of got them or whatever.
Yeah, because the tank that they had shoots out more aliens, and they also shooting out like missiles and shit.
Yeah.
And then after that, they think Bruce Campbell's like, fuck, we're fucked. We're gonna die. I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyway, then the president shows up with the same sword. I don't know where the fuck he got that sword.
I
guess they had 2 swords ready to go. And then fucking comes out and he's like, charge! And he has like a bunch of other
just
people.
Get a montage.
And he also has the village, because before that Bruce Campbell was like, he went back to the village and was like, guys, we need to do this.
To one of his teammates.
Yeah, and they're like, no, we're not doing it. We're just gonna leave. And he's like, fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. And then basically they kill all the aliens, destroy the tank, and then everybody's like, it's funny. After they do that, there's like a thing of like people huddled up. They're like, he saved my life. He used the power of healing. He saved my back. He figured out how to do
because
things.
for some reason he's a doctor, but yet he's also a chiropractor.
Yeah, because he's over here like, most of the shit he does, there is one thing where he takes a bullet out of a guy.
Yeah.
But most of the other shit, he's just like, to show that he's a doctor or a healer, he like just basically fixes people's necks and backs and shit. He's like, there you go. But anyway, like, they're just all like, he's a savior, he's a savior. And then they go up to him and he's like, what next, Bruce Campbell? What are you doing? He's like, well, keep moving until they're all fucking dead.
And then it's basically the end of the movie.
Yeah, because after that, there's like a voiceover where
and just Bruce Campbell in slow-mo. His face is just there, and he's getting squirted with green juice, and it makes it look really weird.
Yeah, because like literally it's like a voiceover.
I don't think I needed to see that.
Beyond that day, we all learned that she was the savior, and he saved us. We just kept going around killing aliens, and there's like a montage where like he's. Like, they have like a faded thing to the right where he's like stabbing an alien. He's like, ah! And then they're all walking on like a fucking like mound background, like fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And like,
Planet of the Apes and Lord of the Rings are referenced here.
Pretty much. And just basically those are the movies that they basically fucking. I'm pretty sure that they just copied, and you're just like, we'll just kind of just do it like that.
Yeah.
Except aliens. But also, before we go to our ratings, there's like, before they got to that part, there's like a whole montage. I think it was like a 4-minute montage of them just killing aliens. Just like, ah! And at one point, Bruce Campbell's just like, ah! 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 And then at the end, he's just like, ah! And he fucking falls down out of exhaustion. He's literally like, he's got aliens all over him.
It looked like one of the actors was like,
like, Jesus Christ.
Bruce, that's not in the script. You're not supposed to lay down. You're supposed to talk.
He's like, ah! But, overall, the rating, I feel like I give it a 5 out of 10. It's more of a 6 than a 5 for me. Because it's very enjoyable. But it's not like...
It's not
super good to where I'm like, it's a 7, because that's only for shit where I'm like, it's almost flawless. This has problems, but it's entertaining enough to be a 5.
I would give it a 5.
Yeah, like, basically, so. That was Alien Apocalypse. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Go to
our YouTube channel?
Our YouTube channel. We got a Twitter now, Unhinged Boys FX Twitter. We got an Instagram. It's called The Mute. And, hope you guys have a good one, and see you next time. Bye!